All right, we are live for a Thursday night live stream. Excited to be back. It's been a while since I've connected, and looking forward to find out what's going on and what's happening out in your world. So let me tune in a couple things on my end here, and then we should be ready to go. So hope everyone's doing well. My name is Mike, the host of Detroit's #1 late night YouTube talk show. Excited to be back behind the microphone. Took a couple days to unplug, unwind, and back to the grind. Hope everyone's doing well. And let me check in via chat, and then I will got a couple articles I want to go through, and of course there's more than enough stories that worth covering, so I'm going to try to get to as much as possible, and then open up the phone lines and hear from you guys directly and find out whatever else is out there that I've been disconnected from. So let me check here real quick. We got Marcus Walters says, Mike, check this out. Here's a President Trump new social media platform, iamfreedom.us, all together in Will browser. Okay, Marcus, I appreciate you for putting us up on that one. I would definitely check that out first thing. What else we got here? We got Philman, we got Jim Diggs, we got King D in the building. And I see some things loading on my end, so let me make sure everything is flowing smoothly. For those that are tuning in, let me know if everything is coming in okay on your end, and then we can go from there. And so what do you guys want to start at this evening is the better question I want to put out there. So we had, so just today alone, we had Pretender-in-Chief Biden, his first little press conference for whatever that's worth. Not sure, I didn't get it. I did not watch it. I started to watch it, but it tuned out. Just wasn't just whatever. Not expecting much new on that front there. So I didn't get a chance to listen in depth. But I'm curious to hear what you guys might have heard. So let me know. And then what else we got going on here? Of course, a lot of stuff in the crypto space. Of course, silver is being continuously slammed down. And I think it got about 24 and some change today. But there's more news about silver scarcity and all the reneging on promises by the bullion banks from some of the big bullion dealers out there. So, yeah, a lot of the same old story, nothing new, but we'll touch on it. But I do want to check into that Trump news network or whatever. Okay, so we got Christopher Patterson. What's up, my friend? How you doing? We got Excalibur in the building. With Chris Smith says, whatever happened to when a president leaves office, he kind of be silent for a little while. Chris, great question, man. I think as of now, 65 days or so under this supposed new administration. And other than that one appearance for the Republican Party situation a few weeks ago, I haven't heard much from the former administration directly myself. So he has been relatively quiet. And so apart from whatever else you might have heard, let us know. Suez Canal mess. Okay, so I did happen to see a big tanker situated sideways. Of course, like the question is, how did the ship turn sideways and clog up the canal? Nothing is by accident, man. Everything is done intentionally. And of course, what does that affect the most? It affects the travel ways for international trade. So definitely it's going to be a backlog and a slowdown. And, I think I've heard somebody mention that it could take weeks to, unload the ship, make it lighter so they can then try to correct it. So however they try to, handle that. But isn't it interesting that there always appears to be one issue after the next? We can't go longer than a couple days, if not a week, without there being some major news story. And unfortunately, of course, every story is built upon some type of governmental interference or regulation, i.e. now the whole push on guns. And so I've shared many articles on the Discord page about this current administration. Now they're coming after assault rifles and all types of things. And of course, even today, President Biden, or Pretender-in-Chief Biden, mentioned about taking everything step by step. And of course, the first thing is happened to be the health situation, and then the economic response to that. And the next is going to be the guns, and then it's going to be whatever else, whatever the agenda is. But as time goes by, I personally, and I'm assuming you guys might feel the same way, let me know. But I just feel like we're being continuously squeezed in to the point where they're trying to remove every sense of freedom that we could ever imagine having. And a great example, I want to share a quick story, then I'll stop ranting and get to some articles, open the phone lines. But today in the airport coming back, I was down in Miami for a couple of days, and the TSA, once again, Patriot Act was almost 20 years ago now. And just to witness today, coming back out of leaving Fort Lauderdale, And the TSA in Fort Lauderdale has always been extremely chaotic. I've missed several flights just being stuck in a long line because they are so unorganized at that airport there. But today was something I've never witnessed, and it was pretty bad, and it boiled my blood. I was doing the typical check-in, my wife checking in, and the typical TSA wraparound. It's usually 8, 9, 10 lanes, but this time they decided to open it up halfway, shortening the line. But then what they had us all do was stand on these little mats in groups of threes, so 3 and 3, and they had the K9 dogs, and they tell the people who's waiting in line next, just keep walking straight, don't stop, and they'll walk with the K9 dogs sniffing you, and they just it was extremely disturbing to be lined up, told what to do, sit on this mat, walk straight, don't I'm like, yeah, this country, I can go on and on and on, but it was very disheartening and sad, man. We are no longer the land of the free, and it was been away for some time now. But just literally sitting in that position, my blood boiling, waiting for a dog to sniff me, it was very disturbing. And it just dawned on me, dog, this is the land of enslavement. Like literally, it's this country's gone, man. It's far gone. But yet we knew that we are where it is now, and it is what it is. But anyway, I can rant forever. But anyway, excited to be back behind the mic. Looking forward to connecting. And got a couple articles here, a couple things here in the Discord page before I dive any further into this live stream, because I definitely want to hear from you guys. I'm sure everybody has some interesting stories, some interesting takes they want to share, and I want to try to get as many phone calls as we can, and keep it quick and short. Share your 2 cents or share your story or whatnot, and then we'll keep it moving. But before I do that, let me do a little house cleaning on my end here to make sure that, and on another note, utilizing as many alternative sites as possible before the complete purge takes place of all social media outlets actually unfolds. I want to make sure that I remind you guys that it was brought to my attention in the Discord over the week that Microsoft will be looking to purchase Discord for $10 billion, give or take. Therefore, once Microsoft purchases it, it will no longer be a great source of communication for the community. So Telegram is going to be the next option. But in the meantime, I want to make sure I point out to where everyone can stay connected with the community if they want to. So here, just rethinkingthedollar.com is my site. And therefore, I'm going to try to have it up as long as I can to share articles and stuff throughout the day. So feel free to, go over there and check things out if you guys are interested. And then also want to make sure you guys, if you're interested in supporting the channel, become a member of the Patreon team. And then we have our off-air gatherings and whatnot. Haven't done one in a week because of scheduling, but get back to that. And then also want to make sure you guys are aware where else you can find Rethinking the Dollar if you're interested. So just go to the social media tab beneath this video here. And these are all the places where videos are posted. And of course, Discord is something you might want to do. And then Telegram as well. Check in with us there. And you can join the community and we can hang out there. All right, so let's dive into a couple articles here. Sweet and simple, and then we'll keep it moving. And of course, how can we not get ready to talk about the next package? So this package is going to be all-inclusive. And of course, this is a day or two old. I'm late to the party, but you guys can feel free to share your thoughts on it. But Biden eyes a $3 trillion package for infrastructure, schools, families, and you name it. And so I didn't get a chance to dive too deep into it. But other than the fact when I mentioned families at the very end, that lets me know that there's probably some more stimulus checks coming along the way, because they can't continue to give out billions and trillions to all types of other entities without giving people some crumbs to keep them pacified in the meantime as they destroy the currency. So something worthwhile there. We can dive into that further. And then here's an interesting article here that I thought was worthwhile. This also, all these came from the Discord as well. So major part of being in the Discord so you can share articles and I'll grab them and we can touch on them here. But Governor Ron DeSantis opposes these certain type of passports in Florida. And so that is a very promising thing for the state of Florida. And once again, there's a lot of, hype about Florida in the news right now. And granted, on South Beach last night or the night before, nothing of the sort, nothing like they, mentioned this current week. Probably last week it probably was, but nowhere near as bad as they would have liked for it to be, because of course, mainstream media loves pumping fear. But one thing I didn't hear last night, the Miami Heat Arena will have a whole section dedicated to those who have that specialized passport, but you still have to wear your mask. So, whatever that's worth. Then here's something else that's very alarming. Marine Corps officer warns Congress against classifying Christians in military as religious extremists. And so apparently some information was leaked, and an officer got hold of it. And it looks like there's 3 or 4 different groups of people. Of course, Christians, Catholics are in that paper or in that documentation that he received or the person received that categorize those of faith as being extremists. And so once again, that plays right into the agenda of dividing this country even further by isolating and pointing a finger at certain entities that are not playing ball with the global agenda of trying to get us towards that one world government, unfortunately. And then here's an article I shared on the community page as well. It says Erdogan urges Turks to sell gold to support the collapsing currency. So this isn't the first time Erdogan has talked about wanting to get gold from his citizens. And of course, when they say sell your gold to support the currency, who really wants to support a government issued central bank private company, monopoly type of currency, as opposed to protecting themselves by holding something real and tangible they can feel? And we know how bad things are in Turkey right now with the lira. So I thought that was interesting because I'm not too sure many people would fall for it. But yeah, anyway. And so here's another article here. I think this came from TB. It says Oakland launches guaranteed pay plan for low income people. And so I think an area outside of Chicago has one, and a couple other cities are now getting ready to roll out some type of stipend, IUBA type of format coming pretty soon. And so you can expect to hear more of that. And then here is something as well. It says China proposes global rules for monitoring CBDCs. And so, of course, the digital yuan is the first of its kind out and readily available for the public in most areas in China. And of course, here they are proposing that there's a regulatory body to monitor all CBDCs. And of course, we know that the MCBDC, which is their messenger platform that is designed to be an interoperable amongst several different nations, I assume is what this is all going to be pegged to eventually, where every central bank will be connected to one another so they can track, monitor, and trace everything that we do on these privatized blockchains, because that's what the blockchain was originally intended for. And another thing, this is a side note, I'm going to stop ranting, I promise. I'm going to open the phone lines, but I meant to do a video a while back where it's having some good back and forth in the crypto part in the Discord page, and we're talking about blockchain. And of course, you guys know, if you've been a part of the community, how I've been very skeptical. I've always questioned the blockchain concept just because nothing is coincidental. In order to transition us into the digital atmosphere completely, they have to remove physical. They have to, paint gold, of course, as we're seeing more entities talking about gold is not something that people want to have. People are dumping gold. Oh, okay, sure. Why would you dump something that's proven and tested, tried? You would want that as your anchor, and you'll play with everything else. But one thing that really excited me a couple years ago about the blockchain space, as I've mentioned before, I've been dipping dabbling for several years now, so I'm familiar with how everything works for the most part. One thing that really got me excited was that the blockchain offered a chance for people to have options, and the option mean one of the primary ones was being able to communicate. And so whether it be operating systems for cell phones or for laptops, being blockchain based, encrypted, decentralized, all that good stuff wrapped into one. There was a lot of projects coming out. And here's a good example. So here is a blockchain phone here. And so this is a blockchain phone I got about a year or two ago that had a lot of promise. And so what excited me is the fact that you can have a phone utilizing a private, decentralized blockchain atmosphere, encrypted, all that good stuff. And it showed promise. But as of this past year, when the whole health situation happened last year, every single blockchain project, there was maybe 3 or 4 I was keeping an eye on. All of the blockchain-based phones were discontinued. They all stopped. And what that led me to believe was that the powers that be got a hold of all those companies that were out there creating and inventing unique technology that would provide options for the people. They were told to stop because they wanted us all on 2 primary, Android or iOS is what they want us on because of the whole 5G and everything that's already being rolled out. So all blockchain phones were scratched. When that happened, that's when I knew that this thing was really not about providing options for me and you. It's about keeping us in the system and further squeezing us in now because all the blockchain phones are gone. Anything labeled blockchain is no longer viable. Why? Because it gives people an option out of the system. That's not what they want. So think about this. Everything decentralized, all this crypto stuff is intended to get you excited, to be enslaved further, because there's no freedom inside of a visibly public ledger type system. So anyway, all right, let's open the phone lines. I don't want to rant anymore. Let's talk. Let me see if I can get the phone open and go from there. So I want to make sure I can have it can be heard. So let me stop ranting and I'll answer some phone calls. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to try to do it this way from my phone so that we can hopefully hear. 1 second. Let me get this right. All right, here we go. Hello, Carlos. Where are you calling from?
What's going on, Mike? It's Miles from NY.
Miles from NY. I'm doing good, my man. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. Making it through. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, but I want to know your opinion, man. It's a little, I don't even think it's 10 for you after what Janet Yellen came out talking about. She want to increase taxes. And we know that all starts with the rich but ends with us. You know the comment, guys.
Of course.
But I was saying in the chat that I hadn't received neither the stimulus or the tax return, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're not giving nobody any information on. Millions and millions of people are held up. But I'm just curious, could it be possible that a lot of these returns haven't been sent out yet because they don't have the funding in order to do it? Maybe the stimulus ate all of that funding up. They don't have it, so they're trying to push that other bill through to get a little bit more in order to give the people back their refunds, things like that. Because if you think about it, that's the greater of the two for most people. You know, you work all year, they snatch your money away, they snatch your cash away, then they give it back to you after they flipped it a couple of times. You know, but I don't think they got it. That's why I think they're doing that. And everything else is just a sham to keep people, you know, on hold. They don't give you no information. They're not telling you what's going on. It's just like a funny screen that comes up just saying, hey, look, you know, it's processing. What exactly does that mean? It's processing. You know, you took my money from me. You took my will. You know, you took that from me. Now there's no information. But I'd just like to know your thoughts on that because I don't think they got it. And I think that they're trying to scramble and find a way that they can divvy that money out to people right now, you know? But yeah, man, keep doing Mike. Remember, we out here and we ain't going to lose in the end.
Hey, appreciate you, man.
Your rights, people.
For sure, man. Appreciate you, dog. Thanks for calling. I'll share my thoughts offline. Thank you. All right, so great point there. So as far as the delay or the hang up and getting these things processed, and of course, tax receipts were down for the past year due to the fact that there's been a large amount of layoffs and all types of stuff just not being repaid. But I don't think it's a matter of them not having the funds because I believe that, and of course, nobody knows the IRS balance sheet, what they actually have available, readily available in capital. But yeah, because it's the Treasury, the Federal Reserve, they're all working together now. I'd imagine that they're going to make sure the funds are there. So I think the holdup might be the fact that they are either short-staffed or things are not processing as fast as they typically are. And so I know that by them extending the current tax season until May 15th buys them more time to try to either get some more hands on deck or who knows. But I think with the Treasury sitting on that 1.1 trillion, worst case scenario, that could be an emergency fund that they can, you know, temporarily liquidate and provide for people with their refunds and whatnot. So I think the funds are there. The funds are always going to be there, especially when it's just basically digits on a screen. Now, where it comes from, I don't know, but I think it's more so just poor operations on their side as far as being able to execute all the amounts of orders out there, as well as get stimulus, because the primary focus for the banking and the financial world is to get these stimulus checks out. Even Biden mentioned today that they have their first 90 million checks or something already out. And so I would assume stimulus first and tax refunds be second. So I would assume if you ain't got neither one of that, hold on, it's coming because they're already talking about the next round of relief, and that's going to be some stimmy stuff in that too. So that'll just be my 2 cents on it, man. But I think the funds are there because it's just digits on the screen, man. It's digits on the screen until you go to ATM and try to get some paper. So anyway, but thanks for the call. Thanks for the thoughts. So yeah, give me a call, man. Let's talk. I'm curious to hear what else is going on. I missed a lot of calls. Forgive me. Or highlight at Rethinking a Dollar, and we'll get you on here. And also let me know how the volume sounds because I'm trying to take these calls from my phone in the hopes of the quality being better because I've heard some people mention about, let me get this here. It's a pain in the butt. Give me 1 second here. All right, so I'll try to take it from the computer. All right, I'll try it this way just because hopefully it sounds better. Hello, Carlos. Where are you calling from? Give me 1 second. See, yep. Always some issues on my side. Give me 1 second. Let me get this right. Get this video right. Let me switch this out. 1 second. Speakers. Hello?
You're recording me, aren't you? You're making sure you're turning me in.
How you doing? What's going on? Who's this?
It's low blood pressure.
LBP. I'm doing good, my man. How you doing?
Good. I close on my house next month, God willing.
Oh, so it's actually going through, huh?
Yeah. I can't believe it. My good things are so dumb.
but the thing is, it's their responsibility to keep credit flowing, and the credentials for credit these days have been very watered down to where they're not discriminating on who they're giving it to. So, congratulations on you being able to get yours.
Yeah. And right now they say the housing market's in a bubble. When hyperinflation hits, you think houses are going to go down in price? I don't know, man. I'm getting it now because I think things are going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I do think that there will be some type of glitch, some type of correction that will cause a panic of the equities markets. I mean, something's going to collapse. But then again, there's going to be an immediate injection like we've never seen before, which will then lead to all-time highs of all-time highs. And so whatever the correction might be, it won't last for long, i.e. just like what happened last year. It was a day or two event, and next thing you know, it shot up, and we've been in all-time highs since. So I see another one of those coming. And of course, for some reason, people keep saying April, as if April is going to be that time frame for something to happen. Who knows? But whatever it is, it won't last long, because from that, we're going to see even greater highs of like never before. So Dow going to 60, 70,000, no problem. I'm more than convinced on that. So.
Yeah. Look, Mike, everybody's talking about this blockchain, right? There's a guy out there that I don't want to say names and talking about data this, data that. Mm-hmm. He's comparing this crypto to Ethereum. Mm-hmm. And he's saying that this is a better type of Ethereum. In a couple of years, they're going to have a better type of Ethereum, and better than Theta. They're going to have a better.
Yeah.
Like, this stuff is a scam. This blockchain is like, you remember Beta, VCRs, and Beta? You remember Beta?
Yeah.
That's what Bitcoin is. And then all these new ones, it's like VHS. The blockchain, I don't even think it's useful, Mike. What the hell you want that for?
Yeah, and it's here, man. It's not going nowhere. And of course, it's version 1 of 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be coming down the line. So it's the preferred mechanism for the financial cartel to orchestrate this whole transition to the digital world. So it's whether it's private, decentralized, whatever it's going to be called, it's here, man. So yeah, you can play the game as long as you can until the rug is pulled from underneath you. But I personally think that this was all a setup in the first place. So we're right where they want us, man.
I agree. It's a trap, and Bitcoin's the cheese. Don't touch that cheese. All right, Mike.
Appreciate you, man. Good to hear from you.
All right, you too. Have a good one.
Be good. Yeah, man. Good stuff. Give me a call. Let's talk. Curious to hear whatever else is going on out there. And also, I want to check in on the first chat. Somebody mentioned that President Trump has his own network. Whoever's out there, put that back in the chat. We'll touch on that. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from? Manuel, how you doing, my friend?
I'm great. I wanted to ask you. Well, I wanted to introduce this to you guys.
Okay.
There's a blockchain. It's called Apollo FinTech.
Okay, watch this. So watch this. Watch this. I think you mentioned it before. And typically, as far as all the different projects, I don't really particularly straight towards any individual one. And so outside of just communicating with the chat in that, I think it's better left there than to go in depth about it on air. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the insight. Feel free to chime in on the chat for me.
No, I'm not promoting it. I'm just wanting to share something. It's not. Look, I'm not excited because of the technology. Mm-hmm. Because anything could be considered blockchain. That they just fucking label it that.
Right.
Nobody even looked into it. They don't look at the white paper. They don't actually look into it. But anyway, the reason why I'm excited for it is because they have their own social media platform, and you know how like Trump has been saying that he's gonna either create his own or he's gonna partner up with a social media platform.
Yeah.
If you pull it up, the website is called STRATUS. Mm-hmm. The icon looks like a little cloud. Mm-hmm. It's so similar to Facebook and Twitter, and it's going on. Like there's not that many people on it. Mm-hmm. But I'm assuming that more people get on it, the more advanced it's going to get.
Yeah.
And they're working on the YouTube version. The idea is to have all in one platform.
Yeah.
And the reason why I'm excited for it is because if Trump joins that, mm-hmm. and he
tells people about it,
this thing called United Allied States. which is an idea, a project that for the future where they want to do a sovereign nation on blockchain, starting in the heart in Zimbabwe, I think.
Yeah, really.
They have their own website. They're on it, and I have a feeling Trump is gonna partner up with them.
Well, bet I will definitely keep us up to date on it, man. And as it develops, definitely check in with us from time to time. And if Trump jumps on it like that, of course, it's going to become mainstream, hopefully. But it's going to be attacked. So
I'm a believer. I'm a believer in the Bible, and I know there's not a chat for Bibles, and not everybody here is a believer. But in the last days, God is going to send an angel, and his name is going to be Apollyon, which translated in Hebrew is Abaddon. The destroyer. And the icon has a cloud on it, and it's called Stratus. And in the Bible, it says that everybody will see him coming in the atmosphere, or he'll send an angel, and it'll preach in the atmosphere. And I'm just saying, somebody named Trump can just say, "Hey, I'm God, and it's time for me to reveal myself," and people will follow.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking for. Like, that's fucking scary.
Right. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you, man, for calling and checking in with us. Thank you. Keep us up to date, man.
I will.
All right. Be good. Yeah. Good stuff, man. So here is that IamFreedom.us. And so based upon this here, it looks like, of course, I don't know if it's originating with the Trump, administration or what, but I'll probably dive into a little bit deeper, but I appreciate the community member that shared it with us. And so this is very interesting. I wonder what, so it's out there. So I'm not sure if this is authentic or not, but it's something worth keeping an eye on. And I will definitely probably find out more and see about putting the RTD up on there. So if anybody's familiar with this, feel free to call in and let us know about it. I'm curious to hear whatever else is going on in that realm there. All right, let's keep moving. What else is going on? Apollyon is the Antichrist. Yeah, man, we can go much deeper down the line if you guys want, down the rabbit hole. It goes a lot deeper. Anyway, hello, caller. Where are we calling from?
Hey, Joe from Reno. How you doing, Mike?
I'm doing good, my friend. What's on your mind today?
So there's something even sillier than Bitcoin out there now. Have you been looking at these NFTs?
Yeah, I can't help but notice everybody's creating one. I thought about creating one too.
With a lot of intrinsic value behind it.
Exactly. Well, what's your thoughts on it, man?
Yeah, I just wanted to get your take on this whole NFT thing. Like, I don't know. Every time, I don't know where we're going to go next with this stuff.
Watch this.
Literally, I don't know. I guess a picture is worth more than a stream of bits, so it should be multiples of Bitcoin.
Right. And I'm not surprised because with this, the ones and zeros, the code aspect, all that aspect, there's so much opportunity and so much creativity that can come from that sector that NFTs, digital art, digital this, digital that, rebranded on a blockchain, it obviously has value because people are willing to spend in order to claim rights to something that is, once again, more in digital nature. But then the next thing I noticed is digital land. And so there's actual blockchains out there that I think is there's Mana or Mantra Land or whatever, Decentraland or something like that, where there's actually real estate online that people are paying big bucks for as well. So I guess there's going to be interest as long as you're able to get some big people behind it. And if it's very creative, and it still has a couple properties of being scarce, given the fact that only certain blockchains you can do certain things. So, hey, somebody come up with an idea, they can put a price tag on it, somebody will buy it, man. Because right now, any and everything is it flies right now. So people are looking to park funds anywhere.
Just this whole value thing, it's like, oh, you can do a contract on this,
right?
So I guess paper should have been worth billions in the past when you could write down a contract.
Very true.
I just want to see what comes next.
Yeah, and believe me, it's going to be very creative, whatever it will. And of course, the younger generation will jump right on it because a lot of people are making funds right now because you can come up with an idea and put it on a blockchain and sell it. Somebody will buy it. So, yeah,
money, man.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Just want to get your take on that whole thing.
Hey, man, but I appreciate you calling and sharing your thoughts.
Okay.
All right, be good. Yeah, man, good stuff. Yeah, at this current moment, any idea that has anything to do with crypto, blockchain, or whatever will probably do very well. So if you got some ideas, put it to use because somebody will probably pay you for it. Crypto King Silver Sailor says NFT are what the World Economic Forum talked about from 2030. You will own nothing and be happy with it. So yeah, I can definitely see the agenda of not owning any property. And when I say property, I'm talking about actual tangible property is something they're going to try to remove from us and give us digital representations, i.e. have everything connected via the blockchain of some sort. So I don't doubt it, and I believe it's a part of the agenda. Hello, Carlos. Where are you calling from?
Tony from FEMA Region 9, UBI, Oakland, California.
TB, how you doing, man?
Good, bro. How are you?
I'm not bad, man. Not bad at all. Excited to be back behind the mic, man. What's going on with you?
Good to hear your voice. You know we started the UBI, that they're going to start the UBI out here. And the thing that gets me is they tried it in Stockton 2 years ago, and it was a pilot project, but it was funded by private individuals. This one's going to be funded by private individuals. So I don't know what they're trying to prove, or if they're just trying to see if it's going to work. But the one in Stockton, it didn't work out too well. The mayor out there lost his position this year. But I don't see what the $600 is going to do for anybody out here. That's not that much.
Right. So you factor that 600 and the occasional, 1,400 from every couple months from the government, and then eventually when AOC and Omar have their way on that $2,000 a month, that could equate to about $3,000 a month. Would that help? Will that help out in Cali or what?
That might get you down the street, but that's about it. The fourth stimulus, they said there's going to be a monthly stipend is what they're looking at on the fourth stimulus. So that's the next one up.
Yeah.
But if at some point in time, people are going to have to wake up and know that what they're doing is just depreciating the dollar.
Yeah.
Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Everything's free, but if you keep that money out of the actual economy, then you do okay because you can devaluate that way. If you it was like Bitcoin, and it was explained to me like this, and I got it. It said Bitcoin. If I have a pie here and it's a Bitcoin, and you want it, but you don't have a whole $52,000, you only got $20,000, then I just slice my pie up a little bit less. And you think you got a whole Bitcoin. But no, what if 64 of the people want that, and now I have to slice it up to 65? It's still one Bitcoin. And what happens is you depreciate the Bitcoin itself. You depreciate the money that goes into the Bitcoin by doing it that way.
Okay, so at the end of the day, all those pieces that will be dispersed amongst the people, if they were all to be brought back together, they will still equal a single Bitcoin.
It will equal less of a Bitcoin because then you got to pay the gas fee and you got to pay everything else on top.
The network fee, yeah. Okay, so I can see how that can be a problem. But I think, for example, once it gets to defend the Bitcoin, but if you were holding on to your portion of the pie and you did not spend it and you use it as a savings vehicle, it would definitely increase in dollar terms to where that will be your portion right there. So I think with Bitcoin, people are not going to spend that thing, or you shouldn't spend it, because right now we don't know what the true value of that thing will be in dollar terms when this stuff unwinds. So as opposed to those stimulus checks, you should spend that because, putting those things to the side, you're definitely going to be on the losing side of those things. So,
and then too, I think they've got us thinking the wrong way because they tell you that you should save everything you get and you should pay off everything that you got. But you look at the people that have everything that we consider riches. Do they do that? No. You look at Bezos; he had to borrow money.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a pretty nice credit line, I'm sure.
File for bankruptcy how many times? 3 that we know, maybe 5. Guys make that money work for them. They don't sit back and save it.
Yeah,
I mean, savers go broke. That's what eventually happens. Savers go broke.
Yeah, and also think about. I guess I was listening to some debate earlier about a majority of the working class as well as the overall population in itself don't actually have real tangible assets that appreciate as a result of all this activity happening in the financial realm anyway. And so most people tend to go out and buy depreciating assets / junk just for the overall sake of just living comfortably in this current consumption and economy we're in now, I would say if you get any type of crumbs, buy something that's real that would appreciate over time. Like that's the best way to join a different type of society. Have something that actually increases in value as opposed to buying things that make it feel good in the current moment. So that's the problem with these stimulus checks.
What is that when they're depreciating the dollar?
Well,
everything that gets valued in the dollar, and it's depreciating as it is. So how do you know what's going to be the go-to thing? Housing. How is housing purchases more than what the economy can stand and more than what's allowed, but the rents are going down? That don't make any sense to me. The only way it makes sense to anybody, and you should think of it this way, is not inflation or deflation. We've got both going on right now.
Stagflation. Yeah, I could definitely. I can definitely see that because depending on what sector you're looking at, there's a extreme inflation in some, and then there's deflation in other areas. So,
energy. Yeah. Let's look at bonds. Those are both deflationary.
Yeah. And good point there.
That's our lifeblood right there too.
Yeah.
Energy, I can't even get a 2% bond.
Yeah. Welcome to the new norm, man. This is the monetary what's it called? Monetary. What I was talking about, Twilight Zone, monetary Twilight Zone, man. Nothing makes sense anymore.
What is going on is that, and I'll let you go again. It's monetary inflation. That's what's going on. Everybody should look it up and understand what's going on with the economy.
Yeah,
monetary inflation right now, and we're in a death spiral.
Yeah,
we're slowly but surely in death spiral, and they cannot get money into the economy. That's why they'll never send you back to work 100%.
Yeah,
because if they do, then you will actually see how bad this economy really is.
Yeah, and eventually the emperor will be exposed with not having any clothes on because this thing is coming down a lot faster than what we're witnessing right now because there's so much stuff they're trying to keep from us, man. And so it's this year, next year is going to be very telling, even more so. So, hey, man.
He'll be naked, and like Mom said, truth always catches up to the lie.
Very true, man. Good to hear your voice, man. I'll see you in the Discord, man.
All
right, be good. Good stuff, man. All right, so get ready to dial back, man. I appreciate everybody for hanging out with us. If you've enjoyed the back and forth, hit that thumbs up button, show your support for the channel. And then also for those that are tuning in late, make sure you guys go join us over on the Discord side. We keep the conversation going over there. So click the Discord button beneath this in the social media tab and share articles, videos, whatever you like over there. And we'll keep the conversation going over there. But other than that, it's good to be back behind the mic. Looking forward to connecting again tomorrow, Lord willing. Other than that, people, be blessed, be safe. I will see you guys on the flip side. Peace.